And I don't know what they call this last one, but it's a that I'm sure people have used that I didn't see in the books. By the way, I got my first information from Ortho gardening book. All right, put everything on one tree, impossible. You have to graft within the family. All the stone fruit will graft on stone fruit, including almond is not a nut like a pecan and that. It belongs to the peach and plum family. Okay.
Okay.
So you can put all the stone fruit together. Almost all nuts, walnuts, pecans, and such will graft on the same tree. All citrus will graft on the same tree. Again, like pistachio, will only graft on pistachio. I'm going to do a pistachio today. The wind broke one off.
Okay.
So let's head this way.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I am so. Here.
These are from the world's largest fig tree at Fig Springs, Arizona. And they were in Ripley's, believe it or not, 1958 is the largest tree in the world, fig tree. And it had braces under it holding it up, and it collapsed back in the 60s. I saw the remains of it, and I got these cuttings in 1966 in July and put them in the dirt, and they grew.
Isn't that amazing?
So anyway, we're going to put some white figs onto the black fig limbs so that I have some white figs in the same area. Okay?
Okay, starting.
Here is some recent grafts over here. Come close so you can see this.
That again. This is
the wedge graft that works best with stone fruit. Your apricots, peaches, plums, cherries, all in the same family. Right here is white and yellow peaches. Back here again is white and yellow peaches. And by the way, every plant has its own DNA, and sometimes it rejects. This particular plum, which is a seedling ornamental, is rejecting my other plums that I'm putting on. The peaches are just going crazy. So you never know. You might have a complete wipeout. You might have 100%. The reason I put the multiple on here is that we have cold springs, and sometimes it freezes one variety and the other will survive. So, and on a good year there'll be plums on this and peaches, and a bad year you might have peaches or plums, but you might not have anything, depending on how cold it gets. Don't film this.
Yeah. I do. Jay? Let's see, I'm going to try and zoom in on here.
They come out at the leaf junctions.
Keep turning on a focus on it.
Oh, yeah, that's, just go ahead and click, it'll get
here
in
you
focus.
can see the little figs coming out, too. See them on there?
Oh, aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
Alright,
and those will be ripe in June. And then there'll be an extremely sharp knife, a good pair of pruning shears, a roll of tape, and asphalt emulsion to seal the cuts. Any cut.
Okay, start over again. When you make a graft.
When you make a cut on a limb,
okay,
you want to do it all the way through. If you stop, you have to go again, because if you don't have two flat surfaces on this whip graft, they won't take. And it's and you must never touch your graft with your bare fingers. It'll kill it. So the first thing we're going to do...
So where's your gloves?
Huh?
Where's your gloves?
Where's what?
Your gloves.
I don't... The buds have to start to swell. If they're dormant, they won't live. I'm making a secondary notch in here, which is very important on the whip graft. You slide your two pieces together, and you've got a little notch on the sides that you actually put them together. And on a nursery stock, I have seen that on their grafts, that they have notches, or the two cambium. This is called a cambium layer. You know, I went all the way through. See that?
Uh-huh. All
right. Now,
are you getting a shot of that?
I will be getting that little notch that I was talking about. And this, by the way, is called a scion. S-I-O-N.
Okay.
That's what your bud is called. And this is the bud stock called a scion.
Okay, can you shoot that?
Can you see that, Jay?
Yeah.
See where the little knots come together there? And then the outside of this cut and the outside of this cut, I will tape together, and that's where the food comes up. Now take these extra little buds off because they just hold the tape wrong.
Boy, is that a perfect match.
Persimmons, like I do. The tape is wrapped so that there's no air can get to that cut. If air gets to that cut, it'll dry out and die. And one of the biggest mistakes a grafter makes when he's starting is leaving too many buds. You only need one bud, and there's a little bud right there, and I'll be cutting it here. The shorter the graft, the better chance you have of it taking. Now, if I find what I did with my...
So you're telling me that you're going to cut it again so
Yes.
that it's as
I'm going to cut
small?
this off so that there's so much to feed. And do you know what I did with my pruning shears?
I just had them.
Here,
There they are.
on my little table that I brought. All right, now, I'm going to cut this off right here, and we'll be towering it later. I'm going to try and get that one over there, too. See, now I'll tar the... Now, I got to make this one long cut, and that was beautiful. Now I make the notch. Be very careful when you're doing this that you don't cut yourself. You've got to be really careful. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. I gotta... I'm trying to slide those two notches together right now. This one is not taking. I can't get it to take. I'll try it one more time over here. Take. Yes, beautiful, beautiful.
looks like one branch.
Now, if you could get over here, I don't know how much magnification you got, that you could maybe get this notch. That's an important part of this whole thing.
Jay, can you do it?
Yeah.
You got to come over to this side right here to get this notch. See where this is notched in, where I made those two notches? This is notched in, and then there's a piece here. There's 4 different contacts on that graft. And if you noticed, I take the bud that you like so well, Joan.
Boy, am I enjoying my pecans now. I found you can have it with wheat thins, and that's a meal. So I have my pecans and wheat thins. It's beautiful.
All right, now, after I get to the top, I go back down because it's taped over a period of time will unwrap. And if it unwraps up near the top where it's so important, the graft again will not take, or it'll die. This tape, you don't ever have to take this tape off. If it takes, it'll expand and drop off on its own.
Is that like electric? Electric tape?
Yeah.
The black is electric tape?
I'm going to cut in front of you.
Okay.
I need only one bud. I've seen people do a graft that long, you have no advantage, nothing but disadvantage by leaving a long scion. The scion needs to be as short as possible so that there's the least possible amount of... Now I'll make my dauber. I make one of my tools. It's a very simple tool to put the tar on. In red, and if the regular roofing tar, it might even kill it. I don't know, because there's a lot of oil products in it. This is water soluble, so it is different. All right. Now, I've left the exposed cut up here, and I have to cover that exposed cut. If I get any on the bud, it won't come out, and I've got to shake so bad.
So you're cutting it straight. Is this a different kind of graft now?
Yes, this is the only one I'll be doing this. It works excellent on pistachios. It's similar to a wedge graft.
And what's it called?
I don't know, because I've never seen it. It's my own graft.
It's your own graft. This is Howard's graft.
I'm sure other people have used it. Now, I want to show what I've done with this scion when I get it done. And notice I take I don't know what it's called because I do it myself, but it's a kind of a wedge.
It's Howard's wedge.
Yeah, this is kind of a wedge graft. I'm sure that millions of people have used it over the years. And you take it, slant the tree, and then you cut both sides of this and match the cambium layer here and the cambium layer here. And when you slide it in, then you tape it up and tar all your joints.
Okay, now...
The cambium layers, and this you can really see, guys.
Now what's...
The wedge graft's going to be the easiest one to photograph.
Okay.
If I don't fall over on my nose here. To match. I don't normally graft low. You're supposed to graft down near the ground. When I was younger, I did all my grafting. This is what I'm doing mostly is called top working, where you work up on a mature tree. When you top work, you can work every limb and put a different kind of fruit on every one of them. There, I have about 90% success on this particular graft, on pistachios.
Wow. This is Howard Lawrence. Say bye.
H.